everyone, and welcome to Two Player Quest, where I help you on your quest to find the best two-player board games for you. In today's video, I have One Deck Dungeon, Forest of Shadows by Asmadi Games. In One Deck Dungeon, you delve into the dungeon to try and defeat the boss if you can, in this roguelike card game with a lot of dice rolls. You roll to battle monsters, overcome obstacles, and level up to try and defeat the boss at the end. One Deck Dungeon is a game for 1 to 2 players that plays in about 30 minutes. It's at a 2.34 on Board Game Geek for complexity, so it is a relatively easy game, and it is a medium luck kind of game. You have dice rolls, which is medium luck on its own because you need to roll the right numbers, but the obstacles and monsters are randomly drawn from the deck, which can also be in your favour or not. If you don't have the right dice, that might mean the end of the game for you. This is what the board can look like at the start of a game. On the other side, we have one of our players. On this side, we have another player. We have chosen characters. You have the other characters over there. This is the campaign sheet, if you want to play a campaign. This is the current sort of information sheet and our current level. We have dice, and I've already set dice on the characters for the amount of dice that they can have. Now, the turn reference will tell you what you can do on a turn, and it also tells you at the top, this is what enemy we are fighting. So in this case, we are fighting the Phoenix. And this also shows you some extra things you have to do for all encounters and for all fights in this case. But you can see on the turn reference, at the start of each turn, you spend 2 time and you either explore or enter a room. So in this case, I did the first thing, which was explore. So you spent 2 time here, and then you face down 4 doors, and then you continue on. So the next thing we want to do is enter a room. So you spend 2 time by playing off 2 tokens, and you open a door. In this case, we drew a giant spider, which is an enemy that we need to fight. Everything that is yellow needs to be fought with yellow dice. Everything that's blue needs to be fought with blue dice, and everything that's pink needs to be fought with pink dice. In this case, there is no pink dice. So for this encounter, we need to fill up as many of these as well as these. If you don't fill up one of the things, then you take the penalty shown on the card. So now it is time for everyone to roll their dice. So these are the dice that have been rolled. I will tell you now, this is an absolutely terrible throw. You usually want higher than this. As you can see, the lowest thing that we need at this point is a 3, and we only have a 3 that cannot be used, and this one other 3. So this would be a terrible roll. Now, luckily, some of our characters have certain special abilities. In this case, the druid can choose a colour, and you and your partner may each re-roll a die of that colour. So we definitely need higher blues, but unfortunately, neither people have the right colour for this. So they choose to re-roll a blue one, which is now a 5, which is good. Now you always need to cover the boxes with the shield first. Unfortunately, we only have one of them. Place that one there. Now, unfortunately, we can't do more than this with the dice that we have rolled. So now we will take whatever punishments we are supposed to get at this point. So in this case, that's 2 time on the right on the Phoenix Den, then 3 time and 3 HP from that one. So that's 2 there, 1 on the other one, and then we beat this monster. Well, we survived this monster. Now, monsters have different abilities. You can either choose to keep this for the skill, so you put this at the bottom of your character and then add a skill. You can add it to the left of your character for extra dice, so in this case you would get an extra pink die, or you can put it under the scenario and get the amount of XP shown at the top here, which in this case would be 3. But this is a good ability to have, so the druid is going to place it under their card, so they now have an extra ability. The amount of skills, items, and what else you can have is shown here on your level card. To level up, you need to gain XP, and then you will get more. Now you keep going. So you can once again spend 2 time to enter a room or explore. If you get to the end of the stairs and you can see them, then you can slowly but gradually go down the stairs. But while the stairs are in play, and you are, for example, battling this one, and you have to spend time, you place tokens on the stairs. Now, for every 3 tokens on the stairs, you will gain 1 damage and take away those 3 tokens. Once you go down the stairs, you get rid of all of the cards, shuffle the deck, and start on floor 2. Now, floor 2 has some extra things as well for the Phoenix Den. So now you have 3 things you need to fill every time that you do something. In the end, if you make it to the boss battle and win that boss battle, you win the game. But if one of the players were to die before that, the game is lost. Learning how to play One Deck Dungeon is quite easy. I would say give it 5 or 10 minutes and you can get going in this game. If you're looking for a small boxed dungeon delver that's quite quick and easy to bring to the table, then this could be quite good for you. It is great for travel, given its size, but it is the kind of game that you can definitely lose. So if you don't like losing, then I suggest you look elsewhere. But if you're in it for the strategy, dungeon delving, the excitement of the dice rolls, then this could be a good fit. We quite like this game. For us, it will mainly be a travel game. So for taking to airports, taking to hotels, taking other places where we don't have access to our big game cupboard. Mainly because at home, we would probably grab something else, something a bit bigger, because that's just what we prefer when we're at home. But that doesn't take away from the excitement and joy and chaos that this brain can bring. Given the dice colours, if you're playing with 2 characters, which this is a 2-player game, you're always sort of missing, most of the times, missing 1 colour. So the chaos and problems that missing a colour can ensue is a lot of fun. So I would definitely say a great game. Given this is a 1 to 2 player game, I wasn't sure whether this segment should be in this video because it's a game for 1 and 2 players and it works very well with 1 and 2 players. But there is a 4-player variant. You just need to have 2 boxes. So either the original box in an expansion, or this is the sort of second box. As long as you have 2 boxes of the One Deck Dungeon, you can play with 4 players. There are special rules for it. So it is technically possible for 4 players. We haven't tried it yet. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching our review of One Deck Dungeon's Forest of Shadows. If you want to see another one of my videos, you can click up here. If you have any comments, feedback or suggestions, please put them down below, and I look forward to seeing you next time on 2 Player Quest.